So this is a quick reminder that we need to take pictures tonight. We can't be looking this good and not take pictures. So at every opportunity, please make sure you use the red carpet or the green carpet, if as the case may be, and take some pictures. And please don't be sitting down with people that you know. The whole point of tonight is to make sure that you put a name and a face behind that WhatsApp handle, or those people that are always, sending us messages and putting up stuff on the WhatsApp group. We want to know who they are in person today. So please say hello to somebody you do not know. Please stand up. I know we're observing COVID protocols and all, but please, as much as you can, let's try to reach out to the people on the table next to us. People that
Yes, I'm a potential member. That's my show. Yes, remember.
Okay, that's good. So, what are your expectations tonight?
I'm looking forward to network, meet business-minded people like me, and of course, leverage on those network to get business. Well, we're on wine. I mean, it's a cocktail event, so we're on wine, but of course, we have to network. That's important.
Yeah, tonight I'm here to catch. Yeah, I know people. I like networking. Yeah, meet people. And just thank you. It's an evening, so we just want to relax and just feel good, network, get to know more people, and of course, live great. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life, yeah. 'Cause I was sitting there bored to death, and in just one breath he said, you gotta get up, you gotta get off, you gotta get down, girl. You know you drive me crazy, baby. You've got me turning to another man. Called you on the phone, no one's home. Baby, why leave me all alone? And if it wasn't for the music, I don't know what I'd do. Yeah. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life from a broken heart. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life with a song. You know I hopped into my car, didn't get very far, no. Before I had you on my mind, why be so unkind? You've got your women all around this town. But I was trapped in love with you, and I didn't know what to do. But when I turned on my radio, I found out all I needed to know. Check it out. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life from a broken heart. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life with a song. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life from a broken heart. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life with a song. Hey, listen up to your local DJ. You better hear what he's got to say.
It's not a problem that I can't fix, 'cause I can do it in the mix. And if your man gives you trouble just to move out on a double, and you don't let it trouble your brain, 'cause away goes trouble down the drain. Said away goes trouble down the drain.
Oh, what you gonna do? You gonna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Come on and get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. 'Cause I heard all the people saying, get down on it. Come on and get down on it. If you really want it, get down on it. You gotta feel it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Come on and get down on it. Baby, baby. Get down on it. Get on it. Get down on it. I say people, what you gonna do? You gotta get on the groove if you want your body to move. Tell me, baby, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really won't take a chance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. 'Cause I heard all the people saying, get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. When you're dancing, get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
Thank you so much, DJ Anonymous. Thank you so much. Everybody, good evening. How you doing tonight? Okay, I know we're all wearing our masks, so I'll forgive that, but I'm going to ask one more time. How you guys doing tonight? Where's Dr. Seed, first of all? Dr. Seed, please.
Let me introduce.
Was there a dress code, yes or no? Was there a dress code, yes or please hold him. Security, he must not leave this place. You are going to do free performance for us tonight. All right, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight promises to be very interesting. First of all, I would like to thank all of the sponsors of the event.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
What's V? Take a wild guess. Valid, verify, valuable, vast, versatile, vertical. Here's a new approach to banking. Time out with the old ways. We are tapping into the digitally active curve and culture of limitless and revolutionary banking. Here's a banking app that takes you for you. Sign up fast. It takes 2 minutes to open an account, 120 seconds. Make transfers in an instant. Pay bills in a snap. You are in control. Stay in control with budgets and categorize your expenses while you earn money with your investments. This app is even so cool that you can add notes, photos, locations, and share transaction receipts on your phone with other integrated apps like WhatsApp. How cool is that? And there's more. V means vitality, vivacity, vivid, vogue, voice, volume, voucher. Veep is virtual. Get smart with it. V. Do more.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current
Let me
account and start
introduce a
transacting.
new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let's put those hands together once again. Thank you very much, Benga. And he's right, you know, leave that WhatsApp group for a few hours and God, you miss a whole lot. I'm going to invite Lola. Lola, please, can we come up on stage? Please, guys, give her a round of applause as she comes up.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I think this is a last-minute substitution. Ada, who has been instrumental in making this, is finally here. Are you coming? Are you coming?
Halle Vine Residence.
Okay, so I am
built
about
with
to hand it
class
over to
in
Ada,
mind.
who's actually going to do
Exquisite
the welcoming of the
duplexes,
guests.
maisonettes, studio apartments, 4-bedroom terraces, sited in a alluring mass of surroundings.
Good evening, everybody.
State-of-the-art swimming pool.
Good evening, everybody. Is everyone excited?
24 hours shopping mart with an
sorry.
on-ground gym complex.
I've not just come in.
Developed
I've
by
been
Chateau
here.
Royal. You can
But I'm
own
happy to see everyone
beautiful
here. It's happy to see this
apartments at
event.
Right, Dr. Sid to come talk about his startup, Contender. Please give him a round of applause. He's angry, but he'll tell you why. He'll tell you why. Would you tell them?
I'll tell them. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Why? You know, they know what they did. So let me start by saying good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor to be here. As you can see, I'm not dressed in a black tie because I'm sorry. I went to medical school. I'm tired. I can't wear tie again. I'm sorry. I can't remember how we met, Shal. Houston, yes. I was doing something I was supposed to do. But Bola called me up and sent me a message. Oh, there's this group. I want to pull you in. I think it'd be good for you. He always starts to say, we talk a lot, but don't run. But at that point, I went too many, Seth. Went too many. I was early bird. But they talk a lot. But at the point that I joined the PBN group, I was going through a transition. So I decided to stop making music actively and move into the business world because I want to make real money. You understand? Music money is somehow, it's nice. But I want to be hearing, congrats, I just raised $1.5 million pre-seed. Those kind of talk, those kind of vocabulary. They don't have it in music. So I came into the group. The first thing they'll do is intimidate you. You just hear, congratulations to this person. He just raised $1.5 million pre-seed. Tomorrow, congrats to this person. Just raised $500,000 round A. Congrats to this person. Oh, this person is going for this. And I say, I beg. They get college for this thing because all this language people are saying, I don't understand it and I've never understood it. So, inside that group, I had tutorials with a few people. I can't remember the names right now because I'm under stress. Rotimi, and there was another lady who used to work at Google, Tonia. And literally said, listen, I know nothing about business. I'm a musician. I'm a dentist. I'm a very intelligent man. I learn quickly, but this one I don't know. And the group was always happy there's always somebody ready to help out, And then they gave me a little bit of tutorials, taught me some of the vocabulary. And then I had a pitch. I was trying to put together a gaming tournament. And I pitched to the group. And then, I can't remember, I think it was Bolanho. Bolanho sent me a message. He said, look. Forget about this tournament. I want to invest in a company long term. He said, what's your valuation? Now I said, waiting be valuation, I beg. I'm a typical example of tell it to me like a baby when it comes to business. In putting together this event, my tournament turned into a business. And that's how Contender was born. Contender is an online platform that organizes and hosts premium esports tournament to create an esports ecosystem in Nigeria and Africa to engage in Nigerian youths in doing something that they love doing. Everybody plays video games. Like Benga said, when people say, your children are playing football that year, it was rubbish. Wilfred Ndidi is my very good friend. I know how much he earns weekly. It's not funny. So gaming is the future. And when I pitched that pitch, Mr. Benga Omloko, I'll say it that way, from VFD Microfinance Bank, VBank, I see I'm your brand ambassador, don't worry. He called me up and he said, how can we help the gaming community? I said, create payment solution. Because we can't use our card to buy PlayStation Plus. We have to buy in America. And this is the. He said, yeah, okay. Now. I said, for now, let's start with that one. 2 weeks later, he called me and said, check the app. I pay. I buy PlayStation Plus from America. Put inside my game, and it worked. I said, okay. Then he said to me, he said, what are you doing next? I said, okay, this is what we're building. I'm trying to do the biggest gaming tournament in Nigerian history. And he said to me, he didn't even hear a pitch. He said VBank will sponsor it. In that group, I have met people who have literally changed the trajectory of my life. From somebody thinking about just making hit music to now talking about, I'm having crypto companies from the US call me about, hi, we heard what you're doing with Contender, we'd like to invest. What's your pre-seed valuation? Oh, $5 million is a bit high. Can we come in for $3 million? I say, now dollars, and they talk to me like these are dollars. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm literally a testimony to the efficiency of having a network of great people. They say Nigerians don't come together to do stuff. They say lie. PBN is a testament to the fact that we can come together. We do have one mind and we can build a great nation. So now I'm going to use this opportunity to now say, please, can we move to Discord? I will set it up myself. I will teach everybody how to use it because our WhatsApp group done too much and optimization is happening. Plus, the fact that none of you showed up for my event is why I'm angry. I'm saying it. None of you, except for Wale, because I put it in the group. Now I'm using the opportunity. I will say it. Come to my event. You will say, no problem. RSVP, nobody showed up. But I'm here in casual. That's why I'm wearing casual, because I'm rebelling. But it's all love. I thank you guys so much. It wouldn't have happened without you guys, so I can't vex too much. And 2022 is going to be a big year, not only for Contender, but for Dr. Sid and for anyone who's part of PBN. That guy's giving me an endorsement deal on his real estate company, low key. I've paid my children's school fees for 2022 just like that. I'm telling you, so inside that same group, at least I don't make like, let me not say it, but it's in tens of millions inside that group. It is an amazing network. It's something that should be built on, expanded, and I think everybody should take advantage of the network that we've built. Thank you so much.
Guys, please let's put our hands together for Dr. Sid. I don't know how we've taught you how to talk the talk. You're now talking $3 million and you're still vexing. Vex for your own pockets. I beg, don't give him anything to eat. So. Ladies and gentlemen, I should also add that, I've heard these stories, time and time again. Personally, I had no idea what was going on in PBN when I got invited. I had shared some thoughts with a few of my friends. They said, PBN is where you need to be. And since then, everybody that I have had conversations with has totally changed, both, my idea itself, and made it, made it even more possible to happen, and we're working on that. And I'm sure there's several people here today who have similar stories. But before we go on to hear some of those stories, I'd like to invite Adiola from Canary, one of our Canary Point, I believe, one of our sponsors for tonight. Adiola, please, guys, let's encourage. Oh, Adiola, give him a warm round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I'm excited to be here. I'm not a member. I'm a potential member anyway. Thank you very much. Since the time I step in here, I've seen a lot of things, and I'm so excited. And that's part of why when I discuss with my friends that we have to be here today because of the wonderful things that have been happening in Premier PBN. I'm from Canary Point, and we are financial service group. Basically what we do investment, we do BDC, we do remittance, and also we have some subsidiary assets, microfinance bank. We have Sebastia BDC, Donate BDC, Swift and Ally Partners. These are subsidiaries of our organization. And basically, I would like to briefly talk about our investment opportunities and why we are different from other competitors. In terms of investment that we have in our organization, we have gold, platinum, and silver investment. And why we are different from other competitors because of the fact that our customer service is top-notch. When we look at what is happening in the industry today, we know that most organizations, when we talk about service, is always an issue. But when you come to our organization, our customer service and customer experience is very fantastic and is above standard. And also when we talk about our interest rate is very, very competitive. We also talk about the flexibility of our tenor. If you want to do your monthly interest or quarterly interest, or you want to collect your interest upfront, is acceptable in our organization. Also, there is safety of your fund in our organization. So when you place your fund, definitely safety is guaranteed because we have experienced people that have worked in diverse places that's running the organization. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here, and I'm here to catch my fun and also to enjoy myself. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you very much, Canary Point. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Without some of these people, this event will not have been able to happen so easily. So guys, now, this is a very special moment for me. I'm about to bring up somebody up on stage here to say a few words to us. Now, how this man does it, I have no idea. He always has time for everyone. Look, if you have time for a Nollywood actor who barely knows his left from his right when it comes to, starting a business or having a tech startup, then you must have time for a lot of people. And so I really appreciate the hours that we spend having conversations and texting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call up the convener of Premier Business Network, Mr. Bola Lawal. Give him a warm round of applause, guys. No, please let that clap continue for a bit. Let it continue for a bit, please, please. Thank you so much.
This guy. Good evening, everyone. I'm still trying to pinch myself because this literally started from a WhatsApp group. No, there's nothing fancy. I'm not going to lie and tell you I was sleeping and I thought one day that we can change Nigeria. No. It started from a couple of things that are important to me. Number one, food. I have a company in here, Scholar X, Lenham, but I do live in Houston, so I fly between Houston, Texas, and Lagos. So I was in Houston. It was around Ilea, and we just wanted to barbecue. I barbecue a lot, and from the barbecue, there was so much conversation. We're like, let's do another one next week. So next week they did it in my house. Oh, why don't we just create a WhatsApp group and all the guys that are there, let's invite them. And you know how people say now from clap, dance they start. Okay, add my friend now. This conversation is good. Why did you add my friend? And it's really a network. It's really a network. There are a lot of people here that I know now that there was someone who brought them in. I can point, even if you look at the totality of the group, the folks I brought in personally are not even up to 20% anymore. It's different people. Some will send me messages and pitch me on why I should add their friends. But anyways, I'm glad we're here. So I didn't prepare a speech because I don't really work that way. I like to just have talking points, and I'll just talk on a couple of things. So thanks to everyone here tonight. Particularly, I'd like to thank the organizers. I've done events before, so conveniently, this one I removed myself and tasked some of the group members to, to handle it. So I want to particularly thank Balan Faniro, Ada Beke, Lola, Omolola Adeleo Show, Ife Oyedele. He's not here. And one day as well was very helpful. Also, my assistant, Ruth. The way I used to describe the group, I said, this is a group that has an assistant. We also have a WhatsApp group. We also have a newsletter that we send out every week. So, thanks again. So let me talk about where we are coming from. I believe in divinity because around April, just before we started the group, I lost my mom. People that know me know how close I am to my mom, and essentially I lost a part of me. And believe it or not, I gained a new family in PBN. First, it started as just a group. We even have a different name. I think it was called Niger Business Stuff or something. Typically, when people join, the first thing they try to tell me is, can we change this name? This name is Raz now. I'm like, well, as long as they're networking. And then we went through an ideation process collectively with some members of the group. We came up with a name, bright identity. Most of us are business people, and there's too much book going on. So we're just like this event, how people just banded together and put it together real quick. That's the same way we did that as well. So it was a little bit of growing pains, getting to know each other. Some people left. We have one rule, one key big rule, no politics. Zero politics allowed in the group. And I suspect that's one of the reasons why the group still exists. It's because no politics. We can talk about policy, we can talk about events, we can talk about a lot of things, but no politics. It's not going to be a APC versus PDP fight. No politics in the group. And what that has really done is allowed people to really connect on a lot of levels, and also to let us know that for the most part, we're on the same team. Team growth, team wealth, team move Nigeria forward, team prosperity. We all want the same thing. So a little bit about what we do in the group. We do pitches. Every Wednesdays, we have the PBN pitch. Some people have raised money from the group. I personally, my startup has raised from the group, put together a syndicate. We do Friday roundtable. We have speakers coming. There was one time we had a leadership coach, and it was amazing. One of our members, older brother, lives in California. He zoomed in. Sessions are very expensive, but it's good to know people. And he came in and really helped us out and a lot of pre-notions that we thought we had, and it was good. So we also do tours. One good one that we did, business tours, we went to Sterling Bank. Even the MD zoomed in and spoke with us. We had a lot of the leaders from Sterling Bank come talk to us about their offerings and things they do. And that was an amazing experience for us to get to see businesses, to see what they do, and understand, and just deepen our network. And the fun part, we also do meetups. So we've done meetups in Lagos, in Houston, in Washington, D.C., in London, in Abuja. We've done meetups, members gather together, we do a lot of things together, and it's been real fun. So where are we now? It's an amazing bond. When I'm out and about in town, if I'm at a restaurant, anywhere I'm at, and you see people around me, 9 out of 10, majority of the people around me are from PBN. Most of the people here, I'm looking at Joba here. Joba's business development budget really needs to come to PBN because most of the things that he's working on. He's working on a lot of things, but he has also gained a lot of things in the group and also helped a lot. And I can't thank you enough. And thank everyone that contributes in the group. So we've done a lot of things. We've connected very well. People have made bonds. I mean, we have members that have sold goats to each other. I'm not making it up. We've had people sell cows to each other. I'm not lying. We have a member that has 3,000 goats, 300 cows. We've had people do real estate. We've had folks do work in tourism, book things, name it, book private jets. We've had, especially events. It's a cheat code. So if you're hosting an event within a group and you need speakers, it's like you're just going to pick and choose from whoever you want because you belong to PBN and there are a lot of people that can help you there. So the meaningful connections are there and it's very interesting. And we are really happy about the things that people are able to get accomplished. So where are we going? Tech people use the rocket sign and say to the moon. We are looking to build global connections from an African standpoint. It's literally a group of majority Nigerians, and we are going to expand to networks across Africa, both within the continent and in the diaspora, because it's very important. Because one of the things we really wanted to do is form a connection between business people locally and business folks from the diaspora. You know, I'm a hybrid. I'm between Lagos and Houston, so I play in both scenes, and it's very interesting to see people, you know, a lot of people from Houston that know a lot of people in Lagos now. And anytime they're in town, it's like, oh my God, my lost cousin, I just met you in person. And it's amazing to see. We are looking to do a lot of great things. We are looking at building business clubs, something like Capital Club, things like that, in the airports or around town on the island where people can come, gather, meet. This group is really democratized. If you look at Dr. Sid's story, he would just say, "Bola, I know all these things when they talk, I don't know." And there's one thing I know. I have everyone's contact. And it's very easy for me to say, go and talk to Rotimi, go and talk to Bola, go and talk to this person, that person. So we keep the group going, we keep it flowing. A lot of conversations go. We don't always agree, but we still understand that we are on the same page. So we are building a global community with Africans. We are going to do a lot of amazing things together. We've just started now. This is only the beginning. Just imagine what we are going to be able to do next year. Look at what we've done this year. In just a month, the amazing team that put this together worked tirelessly to do this. And just imagine what we are going to do with time. Now that we are more acquainted, are more focused, and we have each other's back. So thank you so much to everyone here tonight, the sponsors, the guests, the speakers, the members. Really appreciate everyone for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bola Lawal. Thank you so much for bringing us all together. I'm sure everyone is having a good time. I see people munching, their drinks going down, yes. Now, the person I'm about to bring up to speak to us real quick is, I mean, I've looked at his profile and I'm very interested in hearing what he has to say. And basically, what we all realize is that, you know, Nigeria presents as a very tough environment for businesses. But we also agree that the potential, you know, is also huge. There are lots of opportunities. You know, we always hear that where there are problems, you know, there are lots of opportunities. And Nigeria seems to be one of those places where really we have huge problems. And of course, that presents opportunities to all of us. And now, to talk to us a little bit about how to navigate around those issues, those obstacles that we face to get, you know, to a place where we achieve success. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite to speak to us today, Mr. Danladi Verheyen of Verot Capital. Please, a warm round of applause.
Thank you very much. To old friends and to new friends who are in the audience, thank you for having me here. It's truly an honor to be amongst peers. I do feel like I've been set up just a little bit by being here today. Because I know many of the folks here and your stories truly fascinate me. When I was asked to speak, I was told initially that, I was just meant to speak for 10 minutes about my story. Yesterday, I was made to understand I was supposed to speak about hard things and therefore hard times and hard things, right? I'm not sure. First of all, that book, I've not read the book before in my life, forgive me. It's written by Ben Horowitz, who's a very famous CEO and VC, a brilliant mind in Silicon Valley. So again, that's setting me up if I'm supposed to comment on something that he's written. And then finally, I'm speaking to folks who've been very successful in their own business lives and whose businesses have gone through a wide variety of challenges, which cannot all be addressed this evening. So I do feel like my village people have set me up, but I will try my best just to speak about my own personal experiences and my own personal journey. So what do I think about this particular subject? Again, just my own personal views. I think for me, just in summary, two things that are very important. One is just perseverance, and the second I think of as purpose. Perseverance, right? I think it was, who was it, Jay-Z that said, the genius thing that we did was we did not give up. I think that just summarizes it. Right? Will Smith says it slightly different, and I'll paraphrase. He says, the only thing that is distinctly different about me is that I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. I'll not be outworked. You might have more talent than me. You might be smarter than me. You might be sexier than me. You might be all those things. But if we get on a treadmill together, only one of two things are going to happen. I'm going to win, I'll outlast you, or I will die. One of the two. Right? You're not going to outwork me. It's a simple, basic concept. The guy who is willing to hustle the most is going to be the guy that gets that loose ball. The majority of people who aren't getting the places they want or aren't achieving the things that they want to in business, it's strictly based on the hustle. I firmly believe that perseverance is everything. I think there are very few stories of successful people who've simply not persevered, right? And persevering does not always mean you'll get it. Oftentimes you'll fail. I think of an example of someone I know who went to a graduate program in the US, went to a graduate program at Stanford University, and really struggled to pay school fees, and so therefore needed to get financial assistance from the university. And that was the only school they got into, the graduate school they got into, where they did not get financial assistance. So this person wrote to over 100 different professors, hustled like crazy across the entire university, asking people if he could become their research assistant, teaching assistant, even departments they knew very little of. And this person was an engineering student, got a research assistantship from a professor in the computer science department, a database group at Stanford University, which was then one of the most, probably still today, one of the most illustrious database groups in the country, aside from MIT. Now, every Friday, the graduate students would all sit down in a room with the professors and speak about their projects, right? And this Nigerian student was inside that room, keeping quiet, hoping he would not get caught out for not being a very good programmer, yet, he had this scholarship. And there were these two individuals who'd ride in and out every day with rollerblades, who were talking about doing some research for, what was the story? DARPA, which is a U.S. Defense Agency. And they were doing research on databases and trying to help the U.S. Defense Agency come up with code to search through databases that are called heterogeneous, so databases that are not very structured. This person would look at these two individuals and be more, and in his mind was wondering why these two students were wearing torn jeans, ragged shirts, just thought they were very disrespectful to all these illustrious professors who were in the room. Those two guys left on rollerblades, and they used rollerblades out of the graduate program, and their names are Larry and Sergey. They eventually started Google, right? I was the young person in the room. Google started off with $25 million valuation, worth $2 trillion today. I sat down there abusing them, more concerned about how they looked versus, can I just follow you and be the front receptionist? I'd have been worth a few $100 million today. So I'd hustled crazily to get into university, and here I was with a chance of a lifetime, and I didn't make it. But I look back and I laugh about it, right? So for me, the lesson is, continue hustling, don't stop. When you don't make it, laugh, and just keep on moving, right? Like I said, every successful person has gone through, they've had businesses that have almost gone bankrupt. They've been bankrupt. They've had major challenges, but they stuck through it and they get ahead. So just keep on going. Never give up. Laugh about it, and things will come through. The second thing is purpose. Just speaking quickly, I think it's just so important. There must be meaning in what we do. And I think that helps us get through those tough times or tough challenges in businesses. There must be meaning beyond self, beyond the individual. And I know that's hard, it's easier to think about. And I still remember until I was about 25 years old, or 30 years old, so until I was about 30 years old, I had very detailed plans for my life. I had spreadsheets, right, where I'd categorize where I wanted to be 1 year from now, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And it was all what my earnings had to be, what my net worth had to be, where I was supposed to be in business. And slowly that has just changed, right? And I realize it's now more about what impact do I want to have, right? What story do I want to leave behind? What legacy would I want to leave behind? I think of the story of GTB, right, for instance. And I'm sure very early on when Fola, Adeola, and Tayo, may so rest in peace, started GTB, in the very early days, GTB was just one of 90 banks, right? And a whole host of banks that were around back then have disappeared. A lot of the owners of those banks, management members of those banks, made quick money round-tripping and doing a bunch of things. Fola and Tayo built a large, sustainable business that would have impact, that would change lives, and build for the future and kept a legacy. Now, who would you rather be? The person trying to make quick money, and there's nothing wrong with money, but I think a lot of times we only focus on money. And the truth is, having 10% more or 10% less does not change our lives, right? Having 20% more or 20% less does not change our lives. What makes a difference is having a legacy and having real impact on businesses. If I think of this piece about just having an impact and thinking more about society around us, so my business is to invest in other companies. We've done okay on some, and on others we've not done so well. But if I think of our businesses that have been most challenged and what has sometimes gotten us through, for some businesses it's just easy to say, look, let's just write this thing off, it's not going to work. When I think of the people who are employed by those businesses and the lives being impacted by those businesses, it makes me go the extra mile. Maybe it's that which makes me not step off the treadmill and say, we must find a way of making this work. So purpose, I think, is just so important. And I think it's even more important in Nigeria we live in today, right? Nigeria we're going through difficult times as a country. And each of us, I believe, should have more mission-oriented businesses. If our businesses are out there solving problems, then we are also helping to contribute to the Nigeria that we want to have. I just think this is so critical that what we're doing should be, if it's greater than us, then we can handle the challenges. We'll have the strength, we'll have the motivation, we'll have the just the energy to keep on going. So I'll just challenge each of us to have very mission-oriented businesses, solving real problems. Look, we interact with ourselves all the time and we're in an echo chamber, right? We don't interact with 99% of Nigerians. We interact with 99% of the country is when we want to ask someone to open the gate or, order some food, right? If we really wanted to know what it takes to get through tough times, we should not be talking to ourselves. We should speak to the 99% who are really going through tough times. So we've all been blessed. We're all in fortunate, very, very fortunate positions. And I'll just encourage that having a focus on a mission, having a focus on trying to create a difference, not waiting for others to make that change, right? Each of us have a duty to step up and contribute. It's very easy for us to sit down and complain, right? And expect others to make a difference. But what are we doing in our own capacity? Each of us can do something. And I dare say just that additional drive, knowing that we're working every day for things that are greater than us. It's our family, our friends, our country, everything else will drive you towards that success that you want to have. So please, a higher purpose is important. And finally, I'll just end with that phrase that says, we pray not for a life without challenging times. We pray for the perseverance to stick through the challenging times. And along the way, let's laugh a little and let's try and have some impact. Thank you. Those are my brief words. But I'll open up for questions. I was told to speak quickly, and then if people had questions, that might be better than you sort of wasting your time just listening to me talk about nothing. there another mic?
Thank you very much for us speech talk. It's incredible. You had mentioned your journey through investing, especially in Nigeria, and a lot of times people talk about the wins. If you don't mind just sharing some of the so great. Why is it? If you can just share a little bit about some of the other investments that didn't do as well and lessons that you got from them, maybe one interesting story that you can share with us.
Okay, so I was asked to speak about an investment that did not do too well. I'll do that. So some of you, especially it was Dr. Sid, right, ex-musician, may know a company called Spinlet. I don't know if anyone knows Spinlet. Spinlet was made to be a streaming music player. We started Spinlet in almost 10 years ago now. And Spinlet, so the idea of Spinlet was, Spinlet is basically a Spotify. It was meant to be the African Spotify, right? And the reason why we started Spinlet 11 years ago was, just interacting with musicians. We realized musicians did not get paid for the intellectual content, so we thought if we could let people stream music on mobile phones, they would make a lot of money from this. We again, this is very early days. What we decided to do was, rather than get hire programmers to write code, we found a company in Finland that had been beaten out of the gates by Spotify. Right? So they'd written code for a streaming music business. They were going bankrupt. We went in and we bought this company in Finland. So I think we're the first folks in Nigeria to acquire a Finnish technology company. This is about 11 years ago. We set up an office in San Francisco because we wanted developers there to write code for iOS systems. And of course, Finland, the home of Nokia, would only be, could only use Nokia. And basically, we came out to Nigeria and we tried to launch Spinlet, but nobody would buy music on mobile phones. People were still happy to buy, to get pirated CDs. And I think the key lesson for us back then, it was just ahead of its time, which was an interesting lesson for us. So going forward, what we did in business, which is a bit counter to what some successful businesses have done now, is we don't try and change behavior. Then we felt like we're trying to change the behavior of folks. We're trying to make them pay for something they were getting for free. Bad business model then.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions? Any other questions? Thank you so much, Dan Ladi. It's been great talking to you. It's been great hearing from you. Thank you so much. Please, a warm round of applause for Dan Ladi. Well, there was a question I wanted to ask. I chose not to. I was going to ask Dan Ladi, please, where exactly are you from? Because these villagers that you're talking about as your village people, you are sitting down next to... Anyways, let's not think about it. What would you do if you found out that the guy who you used to look at or look down on or look some type of way at was Mark Zuckerberg, or one of the guys from Google? How would you feel many years down the line? I'm not sure I would recover fully, but that's just me. Dan Ladi says he still hasn't. I'm going to be bringing up one of our interesting music acts for tonight. His name is Fumbi. Ladies and gentlemen, please get ready to be serenaded by Nigeria's finest. A warm round of applause for Fumbi.
Hello. How you guys doing? I feel like I'm a little bit out of my element, in front of all of y'all very formal corporate guys. My name is Fumbi, and it's a pleasure to be here. How they work this thing?
Baby, yeah. Now it's your day, do. I'm singing, baby. Now it's your day, do. said she died for me. Me self, I died for her. I don't care what people say. She knows that I adore her. She said she died for me. Me self, I died for her. I don't care what people say. She knows that I adore her. I'll be loving, 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 loving you. Loving you. You, 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 you. You, 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 you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you guys know this song. I did a song with SDC. It's called Up to You.
It's up to you as I'm so ready to catch you when you feel a vibe, yeah. Unique and wanna feel alive, yeah. Let me show you how. It's up to you as I am so ready to catch you when you feel a vibe, yeah. Unique and wanna feel alive, yeah. Let me show you how. It's up to you, yeah, 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 yeah. It's up to you. Oh, it's up to you. Oh, oh, it's up to you. Feel the vibe, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so, like I said, my name is Fumbi. I grew up in Kwara State, and there's a song that I want to perform. It's called Show Up. I released an EP. It's called Serenade, and this is one of the first songs on the project, right? Goes like this.
Say me, I run to you, girl, with no delay. And when you call me, I accept your invite. And I like when you look at me that way, yeah. I don't even feel the need to think twice. They say things happen for a reason, and every flower has a season. Yet in spite of everything we remain, yeah, we always find a way to come back. Check out my look by, well, now that you're here, yeah, yeah. Check out my look by, well, now that you're here, yeah, yeah. You keep coming my way. You keep coming my way. Everywhere I go, you show up, yeah. You show up, yeah. Everywhere I go, you show up, yeah. You show up, yeah. You keep coming my way. You keep coming my way. There you go, you enter my lane. Now it's fate, I can't explain it. If you still don't believe, we both can go our separate ways. But I see Maria Lojoka, so let me spend this moment with you. Turn this into something, make it last. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Monday through the weekend we go on. Check out my look by, well, now that you're here, yeah, yeah. Check out my look by, well, now that you're here, yeah, yeah. You keep coming my way. You keep coming my way. Everywhere I go, you show up, yeah. you show up, yeah. Everywhere I go, you show up, yeah. Say, you keep coming my way. You keep coming my way. All right. Thank you. So there's a song that I did back in the day. It's called Forbidden Fruit. Like, I know, like, there are a couple of us here that have probably been in that situation where, like, you know, you have someone who maybe, like, someone has been trying to get with you and she happens to be with somebody else at the time. I know a lot of guys can probably connect to that. It's called the Forbidden Fruit. Yeah. Eating from the fruit of the garden. Lord, forgive me. I love me, I love. Yeah. Why she chose me, I just don't know. Calling me after dark. Hello? This pretty girl is my best friend's girlfriend. My Jerry Jaoroku. But she keeps tempting me. Tell me, ooh, if not you, what you gon' do? I shouldn't go there. Don't mean to go there. Love me, love. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. My Jerry Jaoroku. Me love. And he told me she was the one. I guess he doesn't know, cause he wants me to be his best man. Oh no, he keeps tempting me. Oh, if not you, what you gon' do? Oh, I shouldn't go there. Don't mean to go there. I love me, I love. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, my Jerry Jaoroku. You, what you gon' do? Eating from the fruit of the garden. Oh no, Lord, forgive me. I love me, I love. Bless. All right. We're not done yet. So I want to do a song. This song actually speaks a lot to me because in my young life, I've been with people who have influenced me in different ways, and this song is by Donald Jones, though. You guys know Donald Jones? You know Donald Jones? All right. If you know the song, I want you guys to sing along with me. All right. Oh, it's a full moon, by the way. Does that resonate with anyone? No? Give me, girl, a message saying I won't be coming home. I'd rather be alone. She doesn't fully understand me, 'cause I'd rather leave than to cheat. If she give me some time, I could be the man she needs, 'cause there's a lot of lust inside of me. We've been together since our teenage. I don't mean to hurt her, but I need some time to be alone. You love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I wanna leave. She's crying her heart to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I wanna be. Where I wanna be. I don't mean to hurt you, baby. Look, when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I wanna leave. She's crying hard to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I wanna be. Where I wanna be. Woo.
Yeah, I grew up to that song back in the 90s. Yeah, it's a lovely one. All right. Okay, back to my songs, right? All right. I have a song, it's called Serenade. It's from my Serenade EP project. Pardon me, guys, I want to speak to the beautiful ladies here tonight, if you will let me.
Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. You know I try, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. You know I try. Ooh, you a beauty, yeah. How rare you are in all these places, yeah. You're all I need tomorrow. Can't leave you alone. I'm addicted to you. No, makes sense. All these things I do for you. Ooh, baby, across the seas and the ocean, 'cause you're the realest in this fake time. 'Cause you're the prize and I wanna claim. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. You know I try, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. You know I try, yeah. Listen, through the fire and the flame, I will find my way to your heart, yeah. Jackie Joe, put on a show for my baby, yeah. You should see what I see, how you light the sky up in the nighttime, yeah. You gotta know this feeling, ooh, baby, across the seas and the ocean, 'cause you're the realest in this fake time. 'Cause you're the prize and I wanna claim you. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. You know I try, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. You know I try, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. Now I try, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. Now I try, yeah. Time flies by when I'm with you, and I don't even know why. It's like I go somewhere else when I look into your eyes. Ooh, time flies by when I'm with you, and I don't even know why. I try, you know I try, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. I try, you know I try, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. I try, you know I try, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me serenade you. Not trying, yeah. Bless. One more song for y'all. If you know this one, I want you guys to join me on. Yeah. I'm talking to you. I was lost inside the desert, vultures circling by my head, but thanks to God, I made it out of there. I was just another sheep inside the belly of the beast, but thanks to God now, I made it out of there. Hallelujah. Guru mete leshe, I am mefamu, hallelujah. Guru mete leshe, I am mefamu, hallelujah. Guru mete leshe, I am mefamu, hallelujah. Ooh, is it lucky, you know? Can't you see the hand of heaven is upon you, yeah? Lottery, you know, it's 40 days and 40 nights. Seek and ye shall find. I say more must to yours, more must to your bubble, more blessed to the Talika. May God give you all the glory. More must to yours, more butter to your bubble, more blessed to the Talika. May God give you all the glory. I was lost inside the desert, vultures circling round my head, but thanks to God, I made it out of there. I was just another sheep inside the belly of the beast, but thanks to God now, I made it out of there. Guru mete leshe, hallelujah. Guru mete leshe, I am mefamu, hallelujah. Guru mete leshe, I am mefamu, hallelujah. Guru mete leshe, yeah. I was lost inside this desert, vultures circling round my head, but thanks to God, I made it out of there. Thank you very much. My name is Fumbi.
Yeah, give it up, Fumbi! Wow. No, if you really appreciated that bit of music, please, guys, put your hands together once again for Fumbi! God knows why he only gave me acting gifts. Because if I could sing, my God. Did you guys see, did you notice how some of the guys that were talking, I wouldn't want to listen to them, but when these guys started singing, your eyes didn't leave him once. I was right beside you. You didn't even look at me. You know, amazing voice, amazing talent. Thank you so much for blessing us here today, Fumbi. Okay, you know what? You know, sometimes I hear about escapades that people have, you know, have done, things that they've achieved, and I'm blown away. Like I've personally done some pretty interesting stuff, and there are things that I really want to do. I've always wanted to bungee jump. Never done it. I probably would one day. I've always wanted to jump out of the plane. Somebody has bungee jumped. Anybody here has bungee jumped? Bungee jumped. Okay. 2 people. Skydiving. Anybody here skydive? You again. Okay. What haven't you done? What? Oh, okay. Snorkeling. Okay, Auntie, please just don't raise your hand again. Thank you. And so I'm going to bring one of our PBN network members, that's a Premier Business Network members, who has done some really interesting stuff in her lifetime. But she's going to share with us her experience, a very unique experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Please give a warm round of applause to Bisade, who, by the way, has climbed Mount Kilimanjaro.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Abisade Adenubi. I run a garment factory in Ogun State. And so I've been asked to talk about my Kilimanjaro experience very briefly. So this was a number of years ago, and I decided to climb Kilimanjaro. And so I think I'll just share some of it was a whole long process, but I'll share some of the interesting highlights for me. So I guess the first thing was really in the preparation. So I spent 3 months preparing. I would literally walk to work, which is about like a 70-minute walk every day back and forth with my backpack and my boots so I could sort of, wear the boots in. But in terms of the actual sort of hike itself, so there are different kinds of climbs. Kilimanjaro is really a hike, so you're literally hiking up a mountain, as opposed to, Bola has been harassing me about doing Everest, and I'm like, no, Everest is not even in my list of things to do, because Everest is a more technical climb. You're literally climbing the mountain with your hands and your toes or feet or whatever. But so it took us 4 days, four nights and 5 days. And literally the first few days, the first 3 days were literally just hiking in the Kilimanjaro National Park. And that was fine, it was great. I had trained, it was fun. And then, and then we got to base camp. So base camp is literally when you're like at the foot of the mountain. And that was when I thought, Abisade, hope you have not bitten off more than you can chew, because it was so intimidating. It's one thing for you to kind of conceive it in your mind and think, okay, so I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro, I'm going to climb a mountain. But actually getting to the foot of the mountain and thinking, this is like 5,875 meters above sea level. And I got scared, and I thought, oh my God, like there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. But one of the key lessons for me, which has now become a metaphor for life, is one foot in front of the other and you'll get there. So what they usually do is they let you start the ascent, like up the mountain at night or at midnight, so that you can get to the mountain at daybreak and watch the sunrise. So we were literally, trekking or climbing the mountain in the middle of the night, like with no lights. We had head torches, and it was freezing cold, so we had to wear like so many different layers. And just one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, and next thing it was 7 a.m. So it took 7 hours to climb, and it was 7 a.m. and I was at the peak of the mountain. And it was an incredible experience just being on the snow-capped mountain and just knowing that all of these many months of preparation were worth it, basically. One of the other interesting things for me was the fact that, so being at the top of the mountain was special, but having done it, I feel like that the actual journey itself was even more special. The people that we got to meet, the training, the preparation, the mental preparation as well, because for me it was literally more mental than it was physical, especially when we got to base camp and doing that climb. So yeah, that was my Kilimanjaro experience. And then coming down, so it took about 3 hours to come down, which was even harder. That was actually harder than climbing, because when you're coming down, your feet are literally like sort of protruding forward in your boots, and it's hurting your knees, it's hurting your toes. So that was even more difficult, but it was an incredible sense of achievement. So that was my Kilimanjaro experience. I would definitely recommend Kilimanjaro. I would definitely recommend the experience. I've done a number of other crazy things, but Kilimanjaro was really fun, and it's something that I'll remember for a long time to come. Thank you.
Wait, please, don't go yet. Bisade, why are you in a hurry? You climbed Kilimanjaro. One or two people might have questions for you. Do we have any questions about the Kilimanjaro experience? I have one. What were you thinking? Like, what, as in, entering traffic, Lagos traffic is enough for me. That's my experience. Like, that is an experience. What were you thinking? Like, what brought about that thought?
To do Kilimanjaro.
To do Kilimanjaro, yeah.
So there were two things. One is I'm just very adventurous. I just love adventure. When I'm not working, I love to travel and to explore and just do crazy things. So that's one. But in this particular instance, it was actually to raise money for a charity. And so it was a challenge that was put together to basically raise money for a charity. So I basically told my friends and people that I knew in my network, I'm raising money for this charity by climbing Kilimanjaro. So that was the real incentive for that one.
Thank you so much, Bisade. It's been a pleasure listening to you. Thank you. Please, guys, please give her a warm round of applause. Okay, guys, please. I'm not gonna do by a show of hands. We're gonna do like a rating from 1 to 10. Guys, how would you rate how easy it is to do business in Nigeria? 1 being abysmal and 10 being like excellent. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. You can say whatever you want to say. So I see a 1. I see 1 again, and that man has money. Oh. I see 5. I see 3.5. Because I saw a thumb there. I see another 3. I see 4. I see 10. I see 10. Sir, please. This is Dangote's younger brother. Okay. Guys, it's interesting to note that, you know, depending on the industry that you are, you're going to face different challenges, especially when it comes to Nigeria. But things have improved over time in some areas. In others, well, there's a lot of work to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause as we introduce Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, the special advisor to the president on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here, although I actually asked myself, how come I accepted this invitation last night? It's been a really tough and busy quarter. And I left Abuja yesterday, and I said, you know, I told my boss, till next year, see you. So when my team reminded me that, okay, you know, Ife, is he here now? I met him in Silicon Valley a few years ago, but then he sent me a WhatsApp message and asked if I would speak here. And I accepted because of what this was, and especially because of the question that was just asked. How easy is it to do business in Nigeria? I mean, we could talk a lot about the problems. We could talk a lot about the challenges. We could debate policy and the solutions. But I'm actually going to throw a challenge to you tonight. For the members of the network, your one rule is not to talk about politics. And that is the one rule that you actually have to talk about. Now, I'm not talking about party politics of APC or PDP or APGA or any of that. But whatever you do, whatever sector you're in, however much money you're making, is limited by the environment you're in. And who determines the environment? It's the government. So I'd like to ask how many of you have PVCs? Can you please show me your hands? If you have a PVC, guys, if you don't have a PVC, and be honest.
Please, if you don't have a PVC, raise your hand. Meaning, if you didn't raise your hand before, raise your hand now.
It's a serious question. It's a very serious question, and I would ask you why. So, you are not victims of an environment. You determine that environment by either stepping to the plate or deciding who gets to govern you. I don't mind whatever party you want to vote for, but as I end the year, as I end 2021, and we're going into 2022, we're already in election season, basically. If you don't decide now to show up and be present, whatever you talk about on your group, you're just going to be, life will just happen to you. Your businesses will be in anybody's hands, because when you could show up, you didn't. So get a PVC. It's not that difficult. You can actually register online. But even if it's difficult, persevere. That's what you do as business people. You persevere. Persevere, show up, influence others, pay attention, care. Because the best way to predict the future is to create it. Thank you. It's Peter Drucker.
I don't know if
you have any questions.
exactly. I was gonna ask. Please, if you don't mind.
No, I'll take.
Please, do we have any questions for the good doctor? Could we? Any questions, please? You have a question, Bolan. Bolan, please wait. You're in house. Any questions? Because I'm about to ask the only person that said the ease of doing business is on 10 over 10. I'm going to ask him what exactly he means, what business he's in, how much he made this year. Should I? Bolan. Okay. You want to say something?
Okay. Hi, Jimoke. Thank you for making the event. I actually said 10 because I think we went to school together, so I was trying to show support, right? But there's a lot of work that your team has done around trying to put in place structures to make it easier to do business in Nigeria. But I think that a lot of that has been still at the strategic level. It's not permeating down to where our clients, where I call the entry points, one. And then secondly, I think a lot of different governments, state governments, for example, have very different understandings of what it is to make it easy to do business. So there's no uniformity per se. So a state like Lagos State, you see some advancement, if I may use the word, a bit in Ogun State, and I've been around quite a few states, but that's about it, right? So for us, maybe in agriculture, for example, trying to get land, trying to sort out tenure, ownership, things like that, or trying to get foreign investors to get comfortable becomes very difficult. So I wanted to ask that. I respect the fact that we're going into an election year, or pre-election year as it were, but what are the plans, if any, to try and make this a bit more, bring it a bit more to the entry points, like I said before, bring more home to those people who are trying to get business done in country? Thank you.
So there's a lot I could tell you about policy. There's different things being done, but implementation and consequence management. How do you get public and civil servants to do what you want them to do? How do you fix a systemic problem that has gone on for ages? It's very difficult. The improvements that we've been able to achieve in the last 5 years has been maybe 5% of the effort that I have personally put in, that my boss has put in, the political capital, the effort. You try so hard, and then it's like squeezing water out of a stone sometimes. What does this then mean? The reason why I chose to say what I said today is because policy is determined by governance. You're talking about governors, you're talking about the federal level, you're talking about state level. So who appoints the heads of agencies that you're working with in immigration, the ministries that have to do with land tenure, registering, governor's consent? It still boils down to who's in office. So it's important to pay attention to who gets into office, who steps up. I'm not even pushing you to join political parties. I'm telling you to vote. Really, if we're serious as Nigerians to change Nigeria, we should join political parties. Young business people should join political parties. That is what people do in other climes. From a young age, you join a political party and you grow in influence and you shape the future you want. You lobby for your sector, not just for your business. You lobby systemically. This group, this network can push things and drive things in any direction they see fit. If they choose to show up, if you choose to show up and pay attention. But Nigerians sort of look at politics as something dirty and public service as people that don't have anything else to do. Yeah. It's so wrong. If we're going to change Nigeria, we all need to show up. And you're the privileged few, less than 1% of this country. So if you don't build Nigeria, then who will?
So, I'd like to ask a question.
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you very much again for coming and gracing our event. I want to correct myself. We don't do partisan politics. We talk policy. We can, like earlier speakers said, we can talk from now to next year. And we don't only talk, we do as well. So you challenged us, now we want to ask. There are a lot of things that you do within your office. There are a lot of committees. And some of us feel like we need to be involved. So if we come to you and say, we want to get involved in what you're doing, what would you say?
There's so many people. Dan Ladi is involved with what I do. There's so many people that have stepped up to the plate. There are companies that have put embeds into our secretariat. There are people that have paid for strategic communications. I'm talking private sector now. There are people that have different things. So people have asked questions. People have come up with even policy recommendations. We've had stakeholder engagements. Those are the things, really concrete things. Yeah.
So I'm going to come talk to you and see how we can.
Sure. I think that's the main reason. I mean, it took a lot to get out of bed and get dressed. I was like, yesterday when I got home, I was like, that's it. That was my last, like, sort of, work from home for the rest of the year. It took a lot to get up and get dressed and come here. And it's because you guys have the power and the influence to shape the future you want to see, the Nigeria you want to see. You're not victims that just Nigeria happens to, and then we complain about Nigeria. You're people that can define and redefine Nigeria now, not in the future. So definitely, that's why I'm here. I would love to partner with this network. Nigerians in diaspora, really important demographic. It's not too much to get a PVC and show up to vote. People go on holiday all the time, bungee jumping, it's not too much to plan for it. Everybody knows the date, to buy a ticket and come home to vote. Other people do it. Other countries take these things really seriously. But a lot of elite Nigerians go on holiday when it's time for elections or stay home and watch it on TV.
Can I say something? But do you blame them when they feel like a lot of it been marred by violence?
Of course I blame them. The people that go out there and are ready to die for their country. First of all, elite abdicate leadership. Anambra state elections were won by the masses, the poor masses. They knew there might be violence, but they showed up. That's courage. That's courage. If you stay home and watch elections on TV, or you fly out of the country, I had a conference once, and elections then I was in academia, and elections the conference was on the weekend of the elections. And I wrote to the people and I said, I'm sorry I can't come because the elections were moved. I said, I'm sorry I can't come. Elections in my country have been rescheduled. I have to stay home and vote. Of course, there's always a risk. But then, the reason why some politicians can hire touts and thugs who are other people's children, while their own children may be somewhere else, or abroad, or watching on TV, is because we let it. It's because we let it. So everybody needs to have the courage to show up. There's the rhetoric that, how violent does it get, like in Lekki? Yeah, how violent does it get in Ikoyi? Where it's really go and vote in Alimosho. Yeah? How violent, you guys, do you live in Alimosho? Yeah, you live on the island, or, how violent does it get? Let's be honest, how violent does it get at your voting polling stations. Is there any reason that's good enough not to? Your vote is your voice. Tonight, I think your comments just, it's great to have a network. It's great to want to build fantastic businesses. Danladi was talking about purpose. I gave up a lot to serve in the presidency, and it's been the privilege of my life to work for the vice president for the last 6 years. I wouldn't change it for anything. I've been to 29 states in this country. I've seen Nigerians. You are less than 1%. You are the elite that have everything to lead. You don't even have to be in active politics. You don't even have to be in government or public service. Your business people, your influencers. So influence and get the country that you want. Any more questions?
Yes, we have one. We have at least one more question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Good evening, ma. My question is around the ease of doing business. It seems like you just stopped after the what do you call it? The registering the company online in 24 hours, and since then it's just been, we read stuff, not seeing anything. When we will be able to, register the company online and get a bank account immediately, just like you do in the UK and in the US. Opening bank accounts is still very, 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 very hard in Nigeria. It's not that straightforward. And that affects the ease of doing business.
So wait, is opening a bank account a government responsibility?
But is registering a business as well?
I don't get it.
No, so I'm saying, I know what you people did with allowing people being able to register companies online, within 24 hours. I'm saying, when are you going to go?
Get a tin.
Yes, and get it in. Yes. When we will be able to just finish that, and as you're registering the company, you can also get a bank account as well.
Ask the banks.
Okay.
Ask
Sterling
the
Bank.
banks. The thing is, you said, when are we going to do this like we do in the US? Like we do, I had somebody come in, it was my cousin actually. He came in for his mother's funeral. And as he was leaving Nigeria, he said, oh, by the way, Jimoke, when am I going to be able to fly into Lagos and get a SIM card and just drive out like everywhere else in the world? You tell me, how many people do you know that work in government? How many people did you go to school with that work in government? So you're expecting people that are not like you to think like you and deliver for you, while you stand back from a distance and watch them. So nature abhors a vacuum, and the people that are in government, in governance, they went in there deliberately, and they're very successful at what they do. And there are a lot of people that are very happy and satisfied with the status quo. So if you're angry enough about the status quo to do something about it, then please do. It's important. I'm saying this because it's the end of the year. It's time to reflect. Next year is too late. Pay attention. Get involved. Show up. It's your voice. It's your right. It's your power. It's your influence. And influence other people. There's nothing else that I could think of that was more important to tell a business network. You don't want all your efforts to be in vain. You must have an enabling environment. There's so many reforms I could deliver for you with the right people to work with. But how many people do you know in government? And how many people do you think it would take to implement the kind of change that you want to see in the US? I have classmates from Stanford that work in government. I have classmates from Cambridge that work in government with pride. But in Nigeria, it's like we've left our country, and then we wonder why things remain the same.
Please let's keep those hands clapping. Keep those hands clapping. Thank you so much, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole. And well, guys, so I think the summary of this is the ease of doing business in Nigeria is really in our hands. Ultimately, it's in our hands, and it's time to take up that challenge. Dr. Jumoke, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Just as an aside, I was not the one that said this, but if people can hire people to disrupt elections, we can hire them to make it work, right? We can call boys and say, hey, make sure that this place is secure. I didn't say it, oh. I didn't say it.
You're an actor, you're an influencer. You can influence them with your voice to show up, to register, to be counted. That point is spot on. And you have how many followers? Use them.
Okay, obviously I'll be coming to your office to have a few conversations. And yes, we get on social media sometimes and we try to tell people how to use their voices, but I also think that it's our responsibility. Whoever you are, you have 2 followers on your social media, you have 10 friends on WhatsApp, you have 2 family members, wherever, whatever your circle is, let's go out, let's step out. Elections are coming. Yeah, it's usually a very terrifying period. I was at an event recently, and a governor talked about this generation and how, because the previous governments, they used to share money, and since it's not happening in this government, that we're angry with the government. And I picked up my microphone right after he spoke, and I said, sir, first of all, I'm a Bachelor of Science degree holder in Chemical Engineering from the University of Lagos. 1. I was in sales and marketing for over 10 years, head of marketing for OLX Nigeria at some point before I became an actor. I belong to the Sorosuke generation. We don't do brown envelopes, sir. And that's the generation that we belong to, a generation that is not afraid to speak up, a generation that is not afraid to use our voices and make this change that we're looking for. Please, once again, let's give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. We've brought up some of our sponsors, VBank. We've brought up, what's the other guys? The capital guys. We've brought up VBank. We brought up Canary Point. One of our key sponsors for today is Sterling Bank. I believe we have a representative from Sterling Bank who just wants to have a word with us. If I'm correct, your name is Dipo? Please, a warm round of applause for Dipo, Sterling Bank. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I trust we are all having a good time. We're networking. And the food is good as well. First and foremost, I would like to thank the PBN guys for making Sterling a part of this group. I'm a member of PBN, but I've promised that from 2022 I would no longer be a silent member. So PBN is, there are so many sessions or events that I've been to. You keep talking to the guys, and then another person says PBN, then everybody starts shouting, wow! So I think at some point PBN will probably need our own slogan, like Wakanda Forever or something like that. But we need to make that happen. And as Sterling, we are really, really proud to be part of this business network group. The major reason, one of the key reasons why is that we believe in partnerships. We believe that there are so many things that we are good at, and there are so many things that you are good at, right? There's no point trying to compete with you in what you're good at because you always do it better than us, right? But what we know how to do, which is probably providing financial services, technology, the distribution network, we will do that well. And what you know how to do, which is building the next Lenam or the black copper and all that, you do that well, and then we come together as partners, and then we become like your big brother. We've invested in infrastructure, we've invested in data warehouses, we've done so many things, and we've partnered with a lot of the fintechs in this place. A lot of you people, some of your businesses, I can see a lot of faces here that we've exchanged emails, we've done so many things together, and even all the guys that are raising $300 million and all that, we're part of their growth trajectory right from the start. So see us as the big brother bank that you can come to once you have a novel idea. Now, in terms of ideas, I'm here with my senior colleagues. I'm also here with a lot of my colleagues, and you see them wearing the black Sterling T-shirt. In terms of ideas, we sort of focus on 5 key sectors as a bank. And if I describe these 5 key sectors, you realize that if we're able to fix those 5 key sectors in Nigeria, we'll turn this country around. And the sectors we call them the heart sectors, very close to our hearts. And these sectors are the health sector, and we've partnered with companies like Tremendoc and all that in the health space. Education, then I'm also one of the companies that I'm one of the people that we're working with. Agriculture, because we all have to eat, right? Renewable energy, we have the sun in abundance, and we still burning generator and burning diesel. I think renewable energy is something that we also need to focus on. Transportation. Now, as a bank, we can decide to build apps or things around these sectors, but we'll not do it better than a farmer. We cannot do it better than somebody that is in the educational sector. So that's why the partnership is where we come in. We don't want to compete, but we want to cooperate, and we want to be your partners. You build the fantastic agric solution, whether it's going to be on blockchain or whether it's going to be on any other type of technology. You come partner with us, and we'll provide you the distribution network, we'll provide you the financing, and we'll provide you everything that you need to scale that business. Same thing in any of these other sectors. So we provide things like APIs for virtual accounts, APIs for BVN inquiries, transfers, and everything that you can think of that is banking. So this is what we're saying. We're going to loan out our banking infrastructure to you as a business. So please come to us. I have one of my big bosses here. He heads our fintech engagement with the bank, and he's a real big boss. So please, we can connect. We are really open to having this engagement with you guys, and we wish you all the best in all the Series A and the Series B that you are raising. Let the money be coming to Sterling. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great evening.
Thank you very much. They go from Sterling back. Please, a warm round of applause for him. Okay, now you can stop clapping because he said heart, right? Remember what he said? It was health. He said education. He said agriculture. He said renewable energy. And he said transportation. He didn't say tech. He didn't say entertainment, too. That's why I cannot get a loan in Nollywood, though. Please, Dick Bob, see, Dr. Seed, you're trying to produce your first movie, right? We need money for that movie. Am I playing lead? Yeah, come. Yeah, let's hear you people. You were speaking English just now. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? My name is Dr. Said Twice. Yes, say it twice. I'm back on the stage again with the microphone in my hand because I gotta let you know something. I just secured a movie deal. I'm going to direct my first movie in 2022. Coming out in June, July. The truth of the matter is this: we need money. I'm not gonna lie. I just did Nigeria's biggest gaming event on Wednesday. Cost me 85 million naira. As I tell like this, I see the owe 30. So if anybody get money where if you just won't throw anywhere, I'll collect. We need to encourage entrepreneurs.
young businesses. Nigeria is not known for doing that. PBN has created an environment where that can happen. Please encourage us, because the future is here. On this rooftop right now, the potential to take Nigeria on the right trajectory is here. It is the private sector. It is us. I know give and lead because I can't afford him. But if you just help us with some nice funds, you understand me now, we can do something great. Well, thank you very much. Oh my God, my best friend is around. I'm going to see you guys later. Please, fund anybody you can fund. Support anybody you can support. Take a risk. We are fond of jumping on moving trains. Let's be the people that start and help to build the engine. Thank you very much.
Even though Sterling Bank has used all their money already. Just to say, you know what? Please hold on. You have a few things to say, right?
Okay, so when I mentioned about the 5 sectors, it's not limited to those 5 sectors, right? So if you are in the entertainment industry, any other industry that you're in, you can please come to us. And then in opening accounts, I think that we are one of the first banks to come up with full online account opening. And so you don't need to come to the banking hall to open an account with us. You can just sit in front of your laptop and open the account, upload all the documents, whether it's for a corporate business or your personal business. So, and for the personal people, we'll deliver the cards to your house. So it's not like you're going to the bank to go and look for a card and all those kind of things. So that's the real. And yes, and we have an entertainment desk now. So we're really looking at this sector. So please, if you're in that sector, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, please. Yeah? Yeah? Awesome. Awesome. So if you open up a bank account online, they will deliver the card to you directly. Sterling Bank, it's the one customer bank, right? You should pay for that too. That plug-in. Moving on, real quick, guys. So we have another really interesting speaker, and she's going to be talking about, market creating innovation. Where is not enough fuel, and that, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as I welcome up to talk to us tonight, Bukola Smith, the MD CEO of FSDH. Warm round of applause, guys. Please put your hands together.
Thank you, Deyemi. Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's nice to be here with you all. Thank you to the organizers for inviting me here. I've been asked to speak today about markets creating innovation. And when Ife spoke to me and he said, I want you to talk about markets creating innovation where there is not enough fuel. I said, trust Ife, Kobo 360, tractors, trucks, fuel. Indeed, he will always talk about fuel. But in this regard, fuel here is actually referring to money. So nice environment, nice to be talking to creatives like you all. And we are going to be talking a bit about market creating innovation. Why is there not enough money? And thanks to the Sterling Bank team that spoke earlier. During the last lockdown, I know we all had various experiences. One of the things that I made sure I did, that I was fortunate to do, was to read a number of books. And I don't know how many of us have read this particular book that talks about, the prosperity paradox, co-authored by a guy called Efosa Ejomo. And in that book, Efosa talked about creating this market creating innovations. And one of the things he talked about there
was how we can, in anything we do, how we would ensure that we are transformative. How do we change complex situations and make them simple? And I dare say to each and every one of us here today, in everything that we do, I'm sure we all think of a problem and we look for how we can solve them. We talked earlier on, Jumoke talked earlier on about Nigeria. How do we solve complex situations in Nigeria? And I must commend each and every one of you for all the work you do in trying to create businesses and ensuring that despite all the challenges we have in Nigeria, you are not deterred. How do we make businesses simple and affordable and available for everyone to be able to have access to them? And in his book, he mentioned the revolution that Mo Ibrahim created with the cell phones and in telecoms, and how through his company, Celtel, they were able to bring down the price of telecoms and enable each and every one of us to have mobile apps. And that indeed is what every business we get into, we should be able to ensure that these businesses are scalable and are actually solving a problem. Now, thinking about it, as you set up your business, one thing that is very critical that you have is funding. And we all know, we talked earlier about that. I enjoyed it when Dr. Seed was talking about the various pre-seed, seed, capital, and all early stage and co. Like we all know, seed capital, during the seed capital, at that point in time, you are not yet generating revenue. You then move on to your early stage where you begin to, you have a product and you are then developing your product, and at that point in time, revenues haven't yet developed. And as they call it in Silicon Valley, that is the valley of death. And at that point in time, it's actually very difficult at the valley of death for banks in particular to finance your business. The likes of venture capitalists like Danladi runs can look into your business at that point in time, but it's quite tough. But as your business moves into expansion, where your business is beginning to generate some form of revenues, banks, venture capitalist institutions, and co. are then able to look at your company. And as I sit as a CEO of a merchant bank, in that particular merchant bank called FSDH, what we do is actually help you look at the stages where you are in your business and see how we can help you finance it. Tough as it might be sometimes, but what we've been able to come up with a number of times is as your business moves into expansion and as you're growing your business, you can then get venture lending, bank loans, even though bank loans are a bit difficult at that point. But a number of us, Sterling Bank, a few other banks, have been able to come up with products that would help you de-risk your business, the business risks in your company at that point in time, and then provide funding for you. Difficult as it might be, I know a lot of us say that Nigerian banks do not lend monies, but increasingly we have learned and we are learning how to understand your business cycles. He talked earlier on, Sterling, about fintechs and a number of other businesses that you're able to support. At FSDH also, what we now have is we call it a banking as a service proposition, where we look out to meet the needs of tech companies, entertainment companies, agri, and many other areas, and help to provide funding for those businesses. Moving on to then, and I would like to throw questions to us. Why do you think that funding is inadequate? A number of us say that banks are not supportive. But again, banks are highly regulated, and that itself is a challenge for banks. And banks want to play relatively safe. Fingers have been burnt in time past, and this has then made banks begin to look again at the risk in a number of portfolios. But that not said, that notwithstanding, structures are being put in place to ensure that we can de-risk the challenges you're faced with and see how we can then provide funding for you. One thing I would like to encourage us in this group, and one thing that creates challenges for banks, is when we as companies, so again, I said that banks have gone through challenges where people borrowed money and refused to pay them back. One thing I would encourage us in this group is that you need to self-regulate. It's very important that we self-regulate. If you come as a group to the banks, to FSDH for instance, and we see that there's proper regulation amongst yourselves, you are able to tell yourselves the truth. Then that way we build trust. Trust, again, is a very critical part of banking. And it's critical that once this group is able to self-regulate, you then begin to build trust, and people believe in what you are doing. We talked earlier on about collaboration partnerships, very critical. And I would like to ask that as you self-regulate, and as you build trust in your businesses and with your business partners, you also help to carry those businesses, the banks, your investors, your people you're going to, that are going to lend you money, you carry them along so that we have a better understanding of your business. One of the things that Ejomo said in that book was, again, encouraging people to partner and also ensuring that people are able to relate to one another. It's important that as you are growing your business, you are helping your bankers, you're helping your financiers understand your business a lot more than they currently understand it. So this evening, as we continue in this, I would just like to say that FSDH Merchant Bank, we have supported a number of businesses in all spaces, in manufacturing, in the tech space. Similar to Sterling Bank, we have APIs as a service, which we provide for our clients. We do those API connectivities. We support you in ensuring, because we're an investment bank, we are able to also help you get capital. So we have, in that group, we have an FSDH capital market, which would help you get funding both locally and internationally. So through your value chain, through the spectrum of your capital requirement, we are there with you. One other proposition we have is how we support founders in managing their wealth. And that's also something that we do. So I just want to encourage us that as we are creating wealth, we also need to create wealth that is sustainable. We need to create wealth that would endure. And in partnering with banks, partnering with financial institutions, you're able to do that. And at FSDH, we are definitely available to support you. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, another round of applause. 1 second, please. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Please, do we have any questions for Mrs. Smith? Do we have any questions, please? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Oh, you want to take a picture? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I believe we'll all agree to the fact that the industry that I represent, popularly known as Nollywood, has grown in leaps and bounds over the past few years. There was a time that it was really difficult to get any kind of financing from banks for Nollywood movies, but I dare say that that has changed. I've spoken to some of the banks that are here today, and I'm very well aware of those who have actually funded some movies. And I just hope that things like this continue to happen. We've seen, because of the funding that Nollywood movies got, the quality of productions got so much better. Netflix didn't have a choice but to start taking on Nollywood films because we met that global standard. Recently, Amazon Prime came to Nigeria, to open shop because of this quality of movie, the standards that we have seen rise over the past few years. Let me just tell you the truth. I got into this industry about 8 years ago. I think 3-4 years ago, I was done. I was done because there just wasn't enough money. There's only so much passion can do. You just walk. You'll be happy, but you'll be broke. And so I was done. So I went back to work. I picked up my resume and I went back to work for a film distribution company. During the pandemic, a lot of companies were affected. Film companies, theaters, cinemas were shut down. But the film industry could survive. We were testing a lot. Guys, my nose is still sore from all the tests that I did. But we're able to get on back to set and do a lot of films. A lot of the films that you guys may have seen more recently were shot during that period. Anybody seen Omogetu the Saga? Anybody seen Swallow? Castle and Castle? Anybody seen, please mention another one, please. What? King of, anybody seen King of Boys? All those movies were shot not only in the pandemic, they were shot during the NSAS protests. Very difficult to do, but we did it. And again, because we had funding. There are a lot of businesses here today that all they really need is funding. They need that fuel that we're talking about. And so thank all of the financiers here, the financial companies. We thank Sterling Bank, we thank FSDH, we thank VFDV Bank, and we thank Canary Point. Thank you very much. I believe Vera Capital is also here, Mr. Danladi. Thank you guys for all that you do. Please keep doing it. I'm going to come back in a bit, but in the meantime, we have DJ Anonymous. DJ Anonymous has been giving us some really great music tonight, and so we're going to take a bit of a time out, and I'll come back in a few minutes for the next thing on our agenda. Thank you very much, guys. A clap for me too now. I'm guessing nobody can tell you. Let's go. Please, we still have a few prizes to recognize. Yo, it's DJ Big Ed in the building. Woo! What are we doing? So let Big Ed play. No, the prizes. Let me ask.
Guys, this is a good time to network. It's a good time to start having those conversations. While Dr. Sid is smiling, some people have come to meet me to say they want to fund my own movies that I have not even decided I'm going to shoot. Oh, somebody is raising $10 million tonight. Hey, $10 million, right? Because we only talk about dollars now. Dr. Sid, how much are you raising? $1 million for what, please? Let me know. Use of funds. For esports. Okay, great. Wait a minute. Who else is trying to raise money here? Do we have anyone here trying to raise funding for anything? Grandmaster? Precede. Okay, we have Grandmaster here. Okay. Is that Bisade? Bisade, what are we trying to do? What are we raising money for, and how much are we raising?
So, like I said earlier, I run the garments factory in Ogun State, and we are in a growth phase at the moment. So we're raising money to set up a couple of new business lines.
What's the name of your company?
It's called Heritage Apparels. Heritage Apparel. So we do mass production of things like uniforms, and we also do production for fashion brands who are looking to scale up into retail. How much are you raising?
Okay, DJ.
Hail the turntable magician, DJ Big N. When you're big.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Ojú ẹlẹ́gbà ṣíta. Ask my sister, my music travel no visa. Oh yeah, ask your sister. She never said she not know me. Feel the beat, you go down low. She never said she not know me. Feel the beat, you go down low. They know my story. From old dog studio, I be hustle to walk. Baby, do a leba, me and see. From old dog studio, we be hustle to walk. Baby, do a leba. My people, them they pray for blessing, for better living. Kilo dale, aye ole toyo, aye oni double. Adura alole show, call on daddy. Adura go, tishu eni badele. I forward, I am feeling good tonight. This thing got me thinking of life. Pick up your chest, I swear. If you don't get money, they kill like dear. When I face my fears, there's nothing I can do from here. From on the first date, I make mistakes, I swear. For knowledge, I sacrifice my fears. And I stand right here. I say I'm better and you can't compare. Yeah, so now I can we do the damn time. You know they can't see me outside. And me I there, walk out there, cry. When I do the damn time. You know they can't see me outside. Cause me out there, walk out there, cry.
She wants a gangster in a bed tonight. She wants me, I know. And man, a full ground me a day tonight. She a calling my phone. Oh, she say when it's so unruly. Tell me the main reason you want to woo me. The man with a ED, curious Fast girl, she got questions for Siri. Wiggle that booty and wine for me. So crazy, you driving me. Girl, you put it on me nicely. She riding it, I'm sliding it. Spread it out to legs slightly. Oh mama, spread them so widely. Caribbean girl won't die for me. She have to die for me, yeah, yeah. Bounce your body out, we bounce you out. Girl, you go down, not to south. Sure you agree, I know fish out. Yeah, bounce your body out, we bounce you out. I'm on no scream, no to shout. Yeah, no loud them, no loud them. Like that boy, me not fear nothing. Me, I'm like money, I they smell like needs. Skin I come for you every day flaunting. Yoruba team under the knock anything. Yoruba team under the 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 Yoruba team under the
The last time that I checked. Now before I digress, my girl, you told me that I'm not your love interest. See my girl, the last time that I checked, see nothing ain't changed yet, except that I got a big bag and a big flag. But nobody tell me nonsense, my nigga. Streets is so cold, my nigga. But nobody come try cry me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings on my guitar. Nonsense, my nigga. This streets is so cold, my nigga. But nobody come try cry me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings on my guitar. So cold outside, my brother. I don't want pull no trigger. I just want it, cause I can't play. I don't want no wahala. It's so cold outside, my brother. Me, I don't hate on the brother. Me, I just want it, cause I can't play. I don't want no wahala. It's so cold. We not go far, we not go far. We go be, you go know. All of the blessings fall on my yard. Blessings take on my yard. I got that. We go be, we go see, we go feel that. Because the blessings fall on my yard. Blessings fall on my yard. I don't wanna reason bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where I did before. Ain't nobody stress me, don't disturb me, cha. I sip my alcohol. I don't wanna reason bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where I did before. Ain't nobody stress me, don't disturb me, cha.
Boys, the boy, not in my eyes, you want you don't tell her. I think cause I give you umbrella. I don't feel in this together. Give you my necklace, spender. Give you my last cash, spender. I show you my best friend. I thought we in this together. Give you my necklace, spender. Show you my best friend. I give you my last guy, you spend everything I do, I under 50, under. You know me, under 50, understand. That's the way you do.
Sexy love what she need for my bad boy like me. Yeah. Sexy kiss is the thing that she ain't for my lips. Yeah. My sex herself is the only air that she breathes. And when I look into her eyes, I know that she can never get enough of me. Your body high me like lean. When we do it, skin to skin. And as the rush they increase, I feel the drip in your V. Shorty say she feeling so. She grab my neck and she whisper please. Shorty give me that splash from my chest to my knees. Everybody go for Yeah, yeah. Shorty got a lot in her bucket list. I give her number one, she need her pockets quick. And when we done, she feel me like a majesty. Grip, 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 grip,
Yeah, I don't really care about your body type. What really matter now your vibe. I be the one for you, one for you. You don't really have to be the one to go. Ain't nobody fine like you. Girl, I be the one for you, one for you. And I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody can tell me otherwise. This baby will be mine. I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Everybody does it, mommy, I know they like you. Mama, me, I'm pretty, mama, me, I'm pretty, mama, me, I'm pretty, everybody does it, mama,
Turn up your body, make you feel alright. Flying the kele, we go cool my mind. I won't do anything I want tonight. Make we do anything we want to. Turn up your body, make you feel alright. Flying the kele, we go cool my mind. I won't do anything I want tonight. Make we do anything we want. Say I go take, say I go take, oh yeah, oh yeah, take, I go take, I go take, I go take, oh yeah, take, I go take. She like go take, oh yeah, take, I go take. She done take, oh yeah, take. She like it fast slowly. Sometimes she dey confuse me. He never leave her lonely. He never leave her lonely. And I let her know she need me. She like go do video. She say she don't want no man, mommy.
I'm in the big mood. Call her the feel you. Something wake up cool in my body. Tell me what you do. I'm in the big mood. Call her the feel you. Something wake up cool in my body. Tell me what you do. Make me go December. When some call it me jet. Get something sweet to put on my head. I swear. I need to cool my stress. Yeah. Make me go December. When some call it me jet. Get something sweet to put on my head. I swear. I need to cool my stress. Yeah.
I'm in the big mood. Get out of here.
Big,
I need you in the morning, but I need you now.
big,
I find you, I give you what you need. I know what you like. I feel it coming. It's of the essence. I try to teach you, but I need some lessons. I need to give it all. I try to live, but I can't. I don't know why you're the one. Turn me out of my mind. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body.
Turn my mic up. Turn my mic up.
Only you feel on my body. You don't need no other body.
Turn my mic up.
They mess up my mind, and I made it make you free of your mind. Say your body talk to me nice. Say now my love you didn't need for your life. Yeah, our love to be like. Say every day together, yeah, day and night. Yeah, if I leave you go by. Yeah, if you leave I go drop.
Turn my mic.
Baby, love me your body, baby.
Turn it down a little bit.
Your body, baby. So crazy. Love me your body, baby. Get me what need to me. I just wanna let you know.
Rock with me tonight.
You don't need no other body.
Say.
You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body.
We've been talking too long today. It's time to boogie.
Only you feel on my body.
Shake your body a little bit.
You don't need no other body.
My tech guys.
Everybody say, no one loves you, no days. No one loves you the same way. Got
till the morning. My want to done from your loving. I just wanna get you beside me.
I'm feeling vibes on vibes. I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle lights. You know I'm just
Public special announcement. It's time to party right now. We shall talk tomorrow. Let's party right now.
Your enemies shine. If you're not a friend of me, enter the light. But you can never kill my vibe. Cause we don't sacrifices. Everything was taken.
Say, vibe killer.
Me I no go take shit. Vibe killer. Somebody can go take my energy from your bad aura. Take my bastard.
How we feeling tonight?
Like everything I desire.
How you feeling tonight? How we feeling tonight? Let's go.
Way out my feelings and nothing to stress me. The way I run the game, I'm feeling like referee. No, like Moses parted the Red Sea, like a chauffeur me in the back of the jet. So I step out, all white. What you want? Rosé, champagne? I got that. Big back pain. Taking the piss, the only time I can't aim. So we toasted a good life, living every minute to the full, cause I could die. Pull up at the spot, open doors and suicide. Chillin' rent free, what the check please? Couple hundred G's on a good night.
How you feeling?
All I wanna do is jive. 220 on the highway. I'm about the energy. Maybe if it's good, send it my way. If it's bad, keep it private. All these haters so vexed and the best of life. You don't want to test the guy. You been sleeping on yourself, you test it fly. Throw myself a party, then act surprised. Be the highest in the room and the guests arrive. Yeah, ain't nobody realer. Touchdown, got a couple G's for the dealer. Gang signs out the window, my killer. Life getting sweeter. No use what I dilute my right being. So we toast to the good life. Every minute to the full, cause we could die. Pull up open doors and it's suicide. 16 back, whoop, they all by the poolside.
I'm not sorry. I like already know what you said.
This one's for the ladies.
Should I try?
For the single ladies, though.
Yeah. But now my heart is still in pain.
Check.
Oh, I'm feeling go. Show me money.
For the single ladies.
This will be another heartbreak song.
Let's sing it together one time.
Somebody song go find me one day. I don't dare wait, don't stay too far away. Somebody song go love me one day. I don't dare wait, don't stay too far away. Somebody go love me. Somebody song go love me one day.
Oya man.
I'ma get no be so. Yeah, you won't capture my soul. I'ma get no be so. Make you one wumbo lumbo. Better bye. I'm loose. Even better done the para. Tonight in Josie, I'm in Josie. Won't go if you want Josie. I'm not playing with you, I'm not joking. My thought of mom is loaded. Me you can fire go, but I'm on molly. I'm on duty, but I'm on low-key. They want do me, they want do me, they want do me, but they want do me. When you won't want me,
where we
at? I'm in San Francisco, When you won't want
me, PBM gelling.
I just flew in from Miami.
If you get a woman, hold on tight, too. Me and my guys, we take for bike, too. Now her location, take for mine, too. If you leave a woman, she go off time, too. Don't be lying, because you see rap up like the eyes, too. Me and my guys, we know they smile, too. Big talk boys, we know they lie, too. Big talk boys, we know they fear, too. But
check.
And you see what we got to move up, but only one thing we know they like, now police. One wrong move, you turn to my enemy. So make it no try. This thing they hit me like a bongo. I bet you think I know that shy, show. Take a lady to the condo. If we get hit, I need the shot, we wear ISO. All of our enemies, them broke down. No competition, no denial. Una be cheaters, we be liars.
I came a very long way this evening, but I had to pass this route. Talk to me.
I know them move that way.
Say.
Don't make me move that way. Yeah, I know one sleep for highway. Before you cross Gazilki's highways. Where I know come because we just play. So I said, you may find me. For a long time, I was silent. I don't know how I'm standing. I didn't say I'm hiding. Cause I don't know where to find me.
Where we at?
I'll be alone, Zumba, Maduri. 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 Come to you. Yeah. Hear me say. Yeah. S to the K. Easy. You know easy. Rapping in your music. No easy. I'm the baddest boy. I'm the baddest boy. Who said I'm the baddest boy? I start I'm the baddest boy. I'm very easy. Shake pussy, 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 shake
DJ Big Ed.
I'm alright. If the point got to my head, say make I deny you. I go tell them say I can spend all of my money on you. Spend a couple million on you. Give you love until you say don't do. Special type of feeling that I feel when I'm with you. Want the money and it's I want your heart and soul and your own body too. I let you go. I'm beginning to fall and 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 go. I'm beginning to
You're in the mix with DJ Big N. Where you're big, you're bigger bag.
Oh, you're bigger bag.
building and you guys are not dancing. Ow. They say tech people don't dance. Technical dance. I like this thing. I like this thing.
What's the man?
Yo, guys, please get ready for the PBN fireworks. Get out your phones. Let's pepper everybody that could not make it here today. Let's make sure that they see all the beautiful things that happened today. The beautiful people that came through. Get ready for the fireworks, guys.
down. Better now, feel the better now. When you come to my face, come to my face. See as I spray the dollar now. That's the better now, international, unconventional place. Unconventional place. It goes down when we disconnect. No disconnect. I they got cruise forget. If we don't, you collect. It goes down when we disconnect. No disconnect. I they got cruise forget. If we don't, you collect. It goes down. Mozambique number one, Nigeria number one, Puerto Rico number one, Costa Rica number one. Chave, 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 chave. Ay, chavelada, chavelada, chavelada. Hey, hey, chavelada, chavelada, chavelada. Serious, chave, 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 chave.
Who's chilling with the big boys tonight?
Chevy make a tamua. Say my kid go try God. You want to bamba? You want to team with the big boys? Now you don't want kitty kitty, you don't want get enough with drink with a chop cup. Hey, check it, see how this thing goes. How this thing goes. Oh, you tell me hook and through. And hook and hook. Alright, take it easy, take it easy, and let's behind the waist. Okay.
This one of his love, no we can't use. Go squeeze, go the time tools. And all the parameters set you want to form through. See, even your papa not to save you. For all the cannabis when they pick it down too. Man, all the niggas don't find you. Because that nigga when you play on white up, boom, or white up, boom. Ha, hey, come on, let's go. Chevy make a Samoa. Say my kid not go join God. You want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you don't want get it, you don't want get it. I don't fit like what I drop up.
No one of what? Whoa. I give me, yo. I give me, yo. I give me, yo. True to us, can't say that. We have a partner now, we're born anymore. True to us, can't say that. We have a partner now, we're born anymore. Everything true to us, can't say that. We have a partner now, we're born anymore. True to us, can't say that. We have a partner now, we're born anymore. Everything that's in store. Everything that's in store. Everything that's in store. Everything that's in store.
PBN community members, please let's go to the backdrop and take a picture. PBN community members. PBN community members, please go to where you see Bola at the stage. Thank you. Aspiring community members, just watch.
Baby, from my command, like something. On me, you with your coca body. From my command, like something. Go down on me, you with your coca body. Cause this your milky for front enough for me. Pull on for me, I no go to me corny. And if you're milky na fighty, I saw me to look. Tell us on you, baby, small baby, gonna. Waka when you enter my licha. Baby, gonna. Will you give me sugar and wahala? Macho Mona Lisa, 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 Macho Mona Lisa.
Another banda, I'm in love with plenty women. I know my money, all of them. You know my type, the shape of color. I go make sure see I'm on Scarlett. I get one with be my sponsor. I get one with they call me honey. One with they do me winchy. She they do like a chance of a soccer. Hello, get in my room, make you not down. Body they move like a python. The way they giving me iron. Hello, after they go to the palace, they make you post for my canon. The way they post in my iron.
Vele vele right now. Sit slow down. Don't you think when you're not ten pound? No right down. Vele vele right now. Right down. Knock down crown. Right down. The way I'm feeling right now. Mad over you like run down. Telling me to calm down. 10 years I never gone down. When they see me, them I frown. But when them girls see me, them I go down. Shout out to the sound. Apocalyptic with the champion sound. Vele vele right now. Right now. Vele vele right now.
Love is not enough, baby. No. Love me or you hate me, know me. Don't mess with me, my logo. Come along, easy. You say pizza, nothing. In a Maserati. Hey, baby, easy. Fine boy like you, easy. You won't keep somebody. I lose sweet melody. I'm not you. Ojoojúmọ́ là ń ṣayé o. Lucky you. Olówó tí mo fẹ́ náà. Me, I just want to be a Holy Father. Yeah. Me, I just want to be a Me, I just want to be a
in this party, let's get party. Can't go on me, can't go on me. Vision party, words are sorry. It's not go, the sky is falling. Wake up and jump start, I go jump you like come be my other. I can get away from this. I love the way that me. Now I'm in love, baby, I know me. I know.
Holy Father, I'm screaming my Lady Gaga. She got me in my feelings. I'll be Adam. For this got enough feeding. Holy Father, my Holy Father. Holy Father, I'm screaming my Lady Gaga. She got me in my feelings. I'll be Adam. For this got enough feeding. Holy Father, my Holy Father.
Any money where I get like this.
Person, when no person, you know they give person. If you want no person, you know go first person. I'm not the sick, you won't give me medicine. I got money, you won't help me spend my money. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. I love you. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. Just believe that I'm a winner.
You know my style, you know the chance, then it's a love, yeah. If you say you got the mind, then you wanna try, you go die, baby. You've been a landslide for a long time, but then no one believe it. All of them come find you, one try, but you do have it easy. I don't know who do it like you, maybe not all my son and I'm good. Your back and the spine, I'm gonna go break, carry my weight, because I'm ready to win. Ready to be the bitch.
I left them post on my Instagram, so you can see there was a turning point. There's no method or diagram. Should you know where I was coming from? Now look at me, I'm on fire. They don't know when I don't pass. More money, more respect. Give them what they don't expect. Now look at me, I'm on fire. They don't know when I don't pass. More money, more respect. Give them what they don't expect. One for walk on me, what you mean? 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 One for walk on me.
Go ahead, Eliago. Go ahead, Eliago. I'm going to come down because I put up.
Kayla, what's up, baby girl?
I pass my kick guard. I got to come back and look at it. chibi ma kisim na muako. First life na wuka de guano. Anabali boga iji abo. Yeah, finish the highway. Kewa is the highway. Umaka highway. Shalom na highway. Owam na highway. Chubia na highway. Man, a trouble, whatever, highway. Look on the wine.
Tout va changer de côté, oh. Maribana, elle a changé de côté, oh. Dieu merci pour moi, je savais chanter un peu, oh. J'ai fait ma cassette, oh, on me voit à la télé, oh. Matin, midi, soir, c'est moi, je chante à la radio, oh. Quand tu as vu ça, tu le cas où à penser, oh. J'ai fait partie le couteau. On dit premier, every night. London, Tokyo, Novella, Jahier. Back in me, get a steam of Friday, I feel a job here. I can't go to fit. I feel money, I feel a job here. Listen now, we are starting me. Step in the club, they are loving me. Standing so quiet and touching me. I can feel the fingers rubbing me. She's calling me. Late in the night, she's rubbing me. All day long, she's fucking me. And all this happens suddenly, so suddenly. I'm the bunch. What's your man like what you look for call me? Guess you don't know. It's not just again. I need all my conspiracy people to join me on this track. 1, 2, 3, go. Some people they want make a cry, some people they pray make a die. Why? Some people they pray make a slow, some people don't want make a grow. No. Help me sing it out loud. Hello my chair, hello my chair, hello my chair, hello my chair. I need my chair. Call me back for hello my chair, hello my chair, hello my chair, hello my chair. I need my chair. Call me back for different, take this world. Like the walls and show me love. Everything is nice, the body's banging, the time is right, I see the money coming. I just the bright, my God they make me shine.
When you hear the kick, when you hear the kick. When you hear the kick, when you hear the kick.
Here comes big man rising. Already now I'm a producer. Excuse me, I'm a LA. Keep working like that. Here comes the WC. Already now I'm Black Diamond. Excuse me, I'm a LA. Keep working like that.
She said make a wife on. If I get too many girls I don't feel life on. And I did die for. And if you see what she wants, I go buy for. Sex time we a fight on. Just like say make a bite on. Bite on, no not to fight on. I go take my time to decipher. No be say we just make mouth. And as you see me men I can shout. They like the way we just spend that. So when they see us all they go to them yash. Sexy gon' get it. I'm back in your punch. She said she gon' sell it. She said she wanna put it back. Yeah she gon' get it. You probably see your palms. I hope you gon' lick it. Kick it. One by one. Underline, wait, mercy, mercy.
You want it, cause you bad. You want it, cause you bad. You want it, cause you bad. You want it, cause you bad.
Overthinking of his that is a coming my way. If you only my day at the I don't think I should I can't come up to myself. I cannot come up to myself. Only nothing I only back. I can't do one more thing but think it's not there. I lay Timothy, overthinking of his that was a coming my way.
It's my turn to be baby.
day and night. G&B. I see some chickens going busy all up in my cage. I'm about to plug two, fix them up on my plate. Club, bodies knocking all up in my crib. Anybody wanna know the party's still sick? Somebody's knocking at my door. The same chick that you slept with. She claimed my man is coming home from a bed. She said after tonight she gotta be with the kids. The kids. I don't want to bring you complications. I just want one night of satisfaction. After tomorrow, we can act like nothing happened. Take this invitation with the metro card to the train station. She said I do. She said I do. She said I do. She said I do. I see some chickens going busy all up in my cage. I'm about to plug two, fix them up on my plate. Club, bodies knocking all up in my bed. Anybody wanna know the party's still sick? Somebody's knocking at my door. The same chick that you slept with. She claimed my man is coming home from a bed. She said after tonight she gotta be with the kids. The kids. Come on. Going down. Jump, blink, blink. Let me see the ice in your ring, blink, blink. Let me see the ice in your ring. Fuck bitches, get money. Fuck niggas, get money. Fuck bitches, get money. Fuck niggas, get money. Start popping like it's hot. Start popping like it's hot. Start popping like it's hot. Come on. Yo, drop. Love my bitches, but where's my nigga? Love my bitches, but where's my nigga? Love my bitches, but where's my nigga? Come on. When the niggas drop, out. You got a $100 bill, get your hands up. You got a $50 bill, get your hands up. You got a $20 bill, get your hands up. You got a $10 bill, get your hands up. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noise. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noise. All the chicken heads, be quiet. All the chicken heads, be quiet. All the chicken heads, be quiet. Yeah, baby, 7 minutes, 2, 3, 7, sing along, come on. All the good-looking women sing along. I can't hear y'all. Push your Zodiac side. Push your Zodiac side. I can't hear y'all. Push your Zodiac side. Out. If you got more hair, get your hands up. If you got short hair, make noise. If you got more hair, get your hands up. If you got short hair, make noise. If you got more hair on your head, ladies. If you got more hair on your head. If you got more hair on your head, from your ear to your sleeve, even if you got a wig up. Can I get up? Can I get up? Can I get up? Out. Can I get up? Can I get up? Can I get up? Out. To all my niggas that are hitting from the back, who wanna have sex with no strings attached. Can I get up? Can I get up? Can I get up? Out. Can I get up? Can I get up? Can I get up? Out.
Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train goes off the track, pick it up, 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 pick it up.
J'ai peur que le quartier me délaisse. C'est pas perdu contre R&B, c'est modeste. On traite de l'ouvrir mes laisse. On reste solide dans notre business. Tous les jours je le vis, alors j'en parle. C'est ce qu'ils disent. On galop, on dit le R&B n'est pas du hip-hop. Oh, oh. On kiffe parler de sexe pour faire monter les mojitos. On galop, les MC tasses, les new Jackie. Oh, oh. C'est le même qu'est-ce que be, alors to be.
Àníjó fújì lárinrin ẹ lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ kẹ́ máa rà ẹ lè wá ọ́sàndì kẹ́ máa jó. Mo níjó fújì lárinrin ẹ lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ kẹ́ máa rà ẹ lè wá ọ́sàndì kẹ́ máa jó. Orin takatagbọ́ tó tẹ́wọ́ jó. Tínágò gbọ́ tó tẹ́wọ́ jó. Ìtìkó gbọ́ ó tẹ́wọ́ jó. Ìta ló gbọ́ wọ́n tẹ́wọ́ jó. Nàìjà gbọ́ wọ́n tẹ́wọ́ jó. Wọ́n láwọn lọ́nà méje o. Àfi jó fújì rẹpẹtẹ. Ẹlẹ́wà ọ̀sán ní kẹ́mẹ́jọ. Vivid imagination, you're the designer of our generation. Ọlọ́mọkùnrin àtọmọbìnrin tó ń ṣoge, tí ó gba ìgbọ̀dọ̀ imagination. Ìmúra rẹ̀ ò jẹ́ ìpè. Imagination, you're the designer of our generation. Ọlọ́mọkùnrin àtọmọbìnrin tó ń ṣoge, tí ó gba ìgbọ̀dọ̀ imagination. Ìmúra rẹ̀ ò jẹ́ ìpè. Ọmọ nígbà nígbà tí ó ọmọ mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn. Àwọn tí fẹ́ láàbòsó ọkọ ṣọlá bèbí. Ọmọ alákìlú alákìlú mi jẹ́ bùrọ̀dé. Ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀tá yọ̀yọ̀ ọmọ tálákìlú mi. Ọkọ lọ́rùn lórí. Àyàbí nílùú Florida mo bá lọ. Àwòyẹlé yẹlé ọmọ Fátíkà ó ṣe wo. Vivid imagination, you're the designer of our generation. Ọlọ́mọkùnrin àtọmọbìnrin tó ń ṣoge, tí ó bá ìtọ́jọ́ imagination. Ìmúra rẹ̀ ò jẹ́ ìpè. Mo bá ẹ̀ka ẹ̀kọ́ wa ọkọ̀ bàbá mi tọ́jú wálé. Ọmọ ọkọ̀ mi sì rí o, ọmọ kẹ́mi bèbí tó ṣe ìyàwó níjọ́sí. Àwọn tí mo súnmọ́ lá pẹ̀lú méjì. Ìkànnì máa rìn, ìkànnì yóò fi pẹ́sà. Ẹ máa bá mi ní dáadáa, ìdè wá sí ìlú ṣeun. Àwọn òṣèré aláwọ̀ ènìyàn ọmọ rẹ ní. Bọ́ọ̀dì. Imagination, you're the designer of our generation. Ọlọ́mọkùnrin àtọmọbìnrin tó ń ṣoge, tí ó bá ìgbọ̀dọ̀
Rocking with Hot Shot DJ Anonymous. Take it outside. Basket. Take it inside. Go to work. They be feeling us. Now that the fans just be with us. I know what they know what they want. I tell you, I put them on you. See the money now. We going at the count the money now. We feel like the bed on this now. Now. Go wallet. Go wallet.
Yoruba le music. Talon Sarah, Milo Sarah, I'm Lobo Sarah. You are the king. Feel me like baby, feel me like. Oh, share my baby, feel me like. I need to share my baby, feel me like. Feel me like baby, feel me like. Feel me like baby, feel me like. Oh, share my baby, feel me like. I need to share my baby, feel me like. Every time I see you, girl, I feel like I'm drunk. I want to get you, Lord, in my bunk. I can get you drunk, don't, every on. That's how you can call me, don't care. I'm bad, gangster, you know that is on. I'm kissing over, so let's get it on. Like your body, let me make you come. When I'm done with you, you know I need you from. Like baby, feel me like baby, feel me like my baby, feel me like
rolling on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing bossed up and not shit. It's my big tongue, boogie got all them girls shook. My big fat ass got all them boys cooked. Work for dollar bills, now we poppin' rubber bands. You know what I'm saying? Tell me while I do my money dance like, hey. Flexing on the ground like, hey. Then Lil Jon, okay. Oh yeah, we're shooting the business and getting paid.
ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. Yeah, I know what's the hands that so tonight I wanna show you off. When I walk away, I'm the whole change. That's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Oh my God, dance, oh baby, know you meant your dance. You down on sight. That's right. Hey, I hit you, baby, finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit you, baby, finesse. You know it, you know it. Baby, finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit you, baby, finesse. You know it, you know it. Now, yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Say, girl, I'm knocking and I'm begging, make you open the door, make you open the door. Yeah. Say, make you follow me, go. Say, make we dance on the floor, make we dance on the floor. Yeah, baby, scatter the floor. Yeah, baby, scatter the floor. Make you scatter the floor. Say, make you scatter the floor. Yeah, dance, scatter the floor. Make you scatter the floor. Yeah. Oh yeah, wait, baby, girl, I never show. Parabale, dada, oh yeah, take a dirty note. Oh my son, make the reason more appreciate. So don't hesitate, let's go to my estate. P plus you, I take a calculate. So don't dodge, I take come and regulate. Cause your love, there is no reason to wait. Look key, my baby, don't be late. I'ma celebrate my money and your money, no be late. I'ma celebrate my money and your money, no be late. Say, girl, I'm knocking and I'm begging, make you open the door, make you open the door. Yeah. Say, make you follow me, go. Say, make we dance on the floor, make we dance on the floor. Yeah, baby, dance on the floor. Yeah. Oh, you know. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. I mean, I'm a party rider. For me, I'm a party. Anywhere, I'm a Jaxi. I'm a party rider. For me, I'm a party. Anywhere, I'm a Jaxi. I've been working too hard lately. We need time to come a party. I'm a party rider. Anytime, whenever.
I'm a type to read it, my record shows my destiny. Cheat to me, I mean, you're so sure that I believe. Don't worry, then you don't look what I don't worry. Don't blame me, about to make my shell up. Share me, you are missing something, if you can't shake it, believe me. All I can make it, I should be like. Call your friends, get them plenty, Papa shall make it, it'll be smart. I like the way you roll it, 16 down for me, follow the melody. You don't want us down in the kitchen, and it's on the table, don't want to maybe that come, send nobody, kill us all. Let's go, yeah, let's go.
Fine girls won't come my way, but you see the one I want to. So many girls won't come my way, but you see the one I need. And I'm so got me feeling it. I don't know what to do. Got me losing my cool. Got me feeling it. What to do? I don't even
Them get a big back and big nose. Make me dress you to your days, oh. Them feeling fly out for me, oh. I never won't go back, oh. I'm so got me feeling, and I don't know what to do. Got me losing all my good. Got me feeling, and I don't know what to do. But I don't even. One of my slave queen is a call, God.
Tout a changé de côté, oh. Maribana, elle a changé de côté, oh. Dieu merci pour moi, je savais chanter un peu, oh. J'ai fait ma cassette, oh. On peut voir la télé, oh. Matin, midi, soir, c'est moi, je chante à la radio. Quand tout a vu ça, tu le cas où a pensé, oh. J'ai fait partir le couteau. Mais on dit premier gars où n'est pas.
money no be problem. I'm so bad. Alright, I'm fucking paying. Do you know what time it is?